You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go. Throw shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my savings. Take to the top on the basement. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not a human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Drawing number 7, East Bordeaux. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and we're on RunTellThatToo tonight with a little different background. How's everyone? And again, thank you, all my other bears, for getting us to 1,000. Now we've surpassed that. All right, I see all of you. I see Juju and Vicky Black, Mimi Twin, Fiva, Joanne, D-Fay, and some more of you are out there in the bushes already. So what's going on? I haven't checked the docket today. I just haven't done that yet. But I know I filed something, and I haven't. I haven't looked to see if anything else, because yesterday was a holiday and I really didn't expect, much, maybe. I don't know. So is there something new going on that I should know about? Yeah. Anything? Email me right now at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. I don't know. I just feel like there's something hanging out there that I missed here in the last day or two. Maybe the last day. If you know about something, and I just don't want to mention anything. Yeah. So, what do I want to talk about tonight? There's something on my mind. Yeah. Is there a court date on the 21st Well, the only thing I know that's a couple of court dates, but I know that uh, in Kimmy's case, I believe there's supposed to be a response, if I'm not mistaken, by the 21st. So that's tomorrow. I thought, I'm not sure if it was today or if it's tomorrow. Something about Maggie's supposed to be in court. Um, yeah, I don't know her date exactly. Deadline, but no dates. Yeah, that's all I know. I don't want to. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. hmm And I guess I could look at Pacer. Let's see. Just go ahead and check it and see if there's anything. Sometimes if things are filed, they don't get posted until the next day. So I don't even know if mine's is. So I'll check mine first. Okay. The only thing that's on the docket today is what I filed this morning. And as a matter of fact, let me download it. It's ECF 130. Tell you what that is as soon as I can get it filed. Okay. So I filed today. Wait a minute, just save this. Plaintiff's combined response in opposition to defendant's motion to stay discovery pending resolution of this threshold jurisdictional and joinder defect. It was like a long title. She had that first one that was ECF 125, and also defendant's motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction and failure to join a required party. That's a response to ECF 127. And it came through clear. Okay. So let me come back to the screen. I wonder if I do this. I'll just leave it. Yeah. So nothing, no response from the court on the, non-compliance. It's been 2 weeks. Mhm. So, in my response, opposition, I did talk about it in the beginning of it. I did. I did. So, maybe I can just show that part. Let's see. And that would be before I get into, you know, my main response here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll show you this part. Let me throw up a slide. Where are my colors? Where did it go? I'll just read like the first 2 pages. Okay. So this is ECF 130, defendant, and we know all that information there. Plaintiff's combined response and opposition. I've told you the title. Introduction, I'll read it. Plaintiff Sabrina Evans, appearing pro se, respectfully submits this combined response in opposition to defendant Robertson's motion to stay discovery ECF 125 and motion to dismiss ECF 127. These motions reflect a strategic shift designed to manufacture a jurisdictional impasse and avoid the consequences of defendants' own recent judicial admissions. These motions were filed only after defendant repeatedly failed to comply with multiple court orders directing her to disclose her legal identity and address. Defendant now seeks discretionary relief from this court while remaining in ongoing defiance of its authority, asking the court to pause the case on grounds she alone has created. Defendants 2, Section 2, defendant's serial noncompliance with court orders. Defendant seeks to halt discovery and dismiss this action based on alleged defects of her own making, while refusing to comply with this court's explicit and repeated orders to identify herself. The docket reflects a clear pattern of serial noncompliance. September 25th, 2025. The court ordered defendant to file a written notice identifying her legal name and postal address by November 3rd, 2025, ECF number 74. October 29th, 2025, the court stayed that order pending resolution of objections. That's in ECF number 95. December 4th, 2025, the court vacated the stay, ECF number 95, and ordered defendant to identify her legal name and postal address by December 15th, 2025, ECF number 118. December 18th, 2025, rather than comply, defendant filed an improper emergency stay, ECF number 121. December 29, 2025, the court struck defendant's filing, ECF number 121, and orders compliance by January 5th, 2026, ECF number 124. January 7th, 2026, after missing the final deadline, defendant instead filed the present motions asserting purported jurisdictional and joinder defects, ECF 125 and 127. Defendant now asks this court to enter jurisdictional and joinder arguments premised on facts she alone continues to withhold. Courts do not reward obstruction with discretionary relief. And then I had one, and I had a footnote in there. I'll go ahead and read it. On January 17, 2026, while defendant remained in active defiance of this court's orders requiring disclosure of her legal identity, defendant issued multiple copyright takedown notices against plaintiff's YouTube program, Unwind with Teddy NightTalk. One notice was based on approximately 2 seconds of incidental audio that unintentionally bled through during live commentary. A second notice asserted copyright in purported written work despite the absence of any copyrighted text corresponding to the statements at issue, which consisted solely of oral quotation and commentary. Plaintiff submits this information solely as further evidence of defendant's continuing efforts to suppress discussion of her prior admissions regarding anonymity and to obstruct adjudication, not as an independent copyright claim. There are a total with the declaration 19 pages. Then I get into the law. A stay of discovery is unwarranted under Rule 26 and governing Sixth Circuit authority. I'm not going to get into that. So, we will see. And I checked and rechecked my citations. I just hope. I mean, I checked and checked again. So it's I hope that everything is in order. Okay, let's get rid of that. Yeah, there's that. Just so you can, get an idea. And of course, 129, that's the big one that I filed before this one. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a big one. Yeah. And I'm not going to talk about my arguments on that. If you want to, it's on Pacer. And yeah, I I prefer to wait and hear a response from the judge. You know, I did want you to at least um, see my introduction to that response. And yeah, Joanne thinks the judge is done playing games. Well, I know. I think that's, evident. It's been evident for some time now. And I I know that that information is the judge. The court needs it. We need it. Yeah. Mhm. So with another court, down the hall, who's they're going to be, waiting to get a response tomorrow, which may not hit the docket until Thursday, because they can electronically file with that one. So yeah, and just knowing when they first responded, it's a motion to dismiss with, that's how my case, I think she already filed the first time a response motion to dismiss. It seems like I remember that. Again, I can't, you know, um, I'm sure Kimmy will talk about her own case. Yeah, and I'm sure she's anticipating a response. Hmm. Yeah. And I mean, just imagine how would that be if it turns out that two courts, two courtrooms, two, or I'll just say courts. What if the other judge, I mean, if it gets to that point, yeah, requires or, you know, orders identity. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be? Mhm. Um, it took, or it's taken some time to get to this point, and you can see by me going over all of the dates, and still this defendant, and I said it, is defiant. That's my words. Yeah, because, well, you've seen it. It's by now. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Sharon, you don't think she's going to answer Kimmy's case? Well, we will wait and see. Yeah, I'm sure. If she doesn't, I don't know, you know, yeah, what's going to happen. But um, she's had a full 21 days, and she was served. Yeah, just like I served um, this defendant. She was served by her email, and I think she posted it, and yeah, I saw it posted, and you know, she's been served, and she has 21 days to respond, and tomorrow's that deadline. Yeah. So then she's going to be busy, right? Uh, Responding paperwork. Sharon says, you hope that she doesn't respond. Oh, so that she can pursue final default judgment. Yeah, she didn't respond the first time for, that time. Um, but then by the time she did, she argued service and to set aside any type of, I believe, default. So it was set aside. She was ordered to serve her. She's been served, and now waiting for the response. And I have 2 filings before the court right now. And the defendant has the 2 ECF 125 and 27 that I'm responding to. So, yeah. And I don't know. Again, with this with the defendant being still, non-compliant, how will the response be? I don't know. The thing is it's the judge follows the law, but the courts also have, authority, broad authority, and that they can make sure that their court has order. Yeah. And again, I haven't been faced with this, so I'll have to see what the law says, the argument, and with all of the new information that I am asking for leave to file. I just got those things in, on Friday, and so it's probably going to take the judge, I would say at least a week, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't anticipate filing anything more right now unless it's a reply to a response, should I get one to the motion that I filed. Yeah. And I responded, to the defendant's motion. So they're probably going to reply. So, there's lots of motions and replies, and it's just a lot. Yeah. So I don't know. How it's all going to, how this court is going to rule on it. Anything that has to do with disposition, like final, it would be the district judge, Levy, that would rule on it. If it's I guess you could say dis depository or disposition, then the magistrate judge can rule on it. Yeah. So again, all of this is your opinion, and I don't know all of the law, but I can read some of your comments, and yeah, because I know you guys are interested in knowing what's been filed. Yeah, and waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, of course. Yes, even if there is a default judgment, uh, there's, there's appeals, there's back and forth, there's, I can't imagine. You see how long my case has gone on so far. We're over a year. Mhm. And and we're right there. We're right at that doorway. But yeah. So I do wonder. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I just have to wait. And I'm not in any, I don't know, I'm not under any particular, um, I just don't feel maybe like I've felt in the past when, different motions, because now I've been through it. It's a process, if you know what I'm saying. Like, the court is going to respond. The first time uh, with the stay, back in June, July timeframe, yeah, or when I was barred from responding, that seemed like forever. Yeah, like, when is that going to be lifted? Yeah. So now I know everything that's filed will get a response, some kind of response. Yeah. So I no longer I no longer do really dwell on it. I just know it's coming. Just don't know when. Yeah. Yeah. But it's gonna come. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything in my email. And then I'm gonna talk about let's see, wait a minute. Okay. So if I'm talking about anything in general or anyone's case, there might be a question in the chat or just what's coming up this week, like in general. Yeah. So, and if I respond in that way, then, I'm going to talk maybe a little bit. Yeah. Especially if I think it has anything, you know, um, I just know I've been introduced, or, my name has been put in the other case, and I have not, um, I have not addressed it in any way. Yeah. And yeah, I haven't really talked about it in a long time. Yeah. But the fact that it's there and it's been mentioned multiple times in my filing, in my case, in case I haven't mentioned it, the other plaintiff, Ms. Smith, her name has been mentioned multiple times in my case, multiple times. I have not brought her name up, but the defendant, and I call it cross contamination. That's what I call it. And she has mentioned her name multiple times, along with other content creators in this case. So it's almost at on some level difficult not to mention it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, facts. You can follow me on all social media and Stationhead. I said we're going to get over to Stationhead this week. Yeah, we will. I think. Yeah. Hmm. And I have to respond, to the strikes as well. Yeah. Bush babies, we've got 40 out of 50. 40, 50. All right. So I'm not sure which video it was, but I was listening at the beginning of a video that Magic was, I believe she had Jennifer on the panel. And they were talking about that Nosy Hole Live email. Mhm. The troll email, that 4-part email. I'll call it 50 pages, maybe more combined. And because of it, I thought, you know what, let me just go back, because I honestly, I have never read the entire emails, the 4 emails. I have them. I have, looked at them. But tonight, before coming on, I put, I just put all of that into Chat GPT just to read it, just, read it all. And I asked some questions about it. I did, because I saw my name. So just so you know, my legal name was mentioned 43 times. Okay. Reference to Unwind with Teddy or Teddy was mentioned 142 times, something like that. So if you want to round it up to 180 times or 185 times, those emails were primarily meant to paint a narrative. I know, I didn't even know that, baby Juju. Only because I said, let me just look and see, ask some questions. Yes, my legal name 43 times. And Teddy or Unwind with Teddy 143 times, not to mention the 158 pages of post that followed the email. And the response, let's see. I mean, it's no doubt that a narrative was being put forth in those emails to Nosy Whole Life. Those emails went to Nosy Whole Life from this individual who calls herself a definitely, she said, I'm not a content creator. And I think she said her name was Samantha. Yeah. Let's see here. Only because there's something I want to point out. I put up a cover. But what I wanted to clarify, what Jennifer was saying, what Maggie doesn't, know. When I see this now, this was definitely targeting at me to create a narrative so that Nosy Whole Life would believe that I was attacking her, to put a real person's name to it. Because in the letter, it said that all the other names were just aliases, and the real people was this Soroya and then my name. And I remember Nosy Whole Life after that. She created a video and she went off on me on Twitch. Mhm. And I kind of wondered why. I hadn't really read this these emails. And I sincerely think that after Nosy Whole Life's channel were terminated, and in September, October, after that point, I was playing Nosy Whole Lives videos, portions of them. And then when I made those, started making those shorts in January of 2022 and February of 2022, I absolutely think this was to get back at me. Yeah. To confuse the people, because Jennifer said that they thought that I was Danny Robertson and Blaine and Monica, and how the person who crafted this email, who I'm not going to say who I think it is. Okay. But what they did is take my videos, clips from my videos, thumbnails. And let's say, for example, remember when I had the Pinocchio? all right, or something else, then they would come and make like a thumbnail or a tweet or something that it looked like it was so confusing. It looked like Blaine was talking about it, or like if I talked about narcissism back in, this was early in 2021, they wouldn't show the date of my video, but then they show the date of tweets or posts or thumbnails. And I look at that like, why didn't they show the date? Mhm. Because what they did, they were able to have my videos, and it would be easy to create documents that would mimic my titles or something that I was talking about. So it would make it appear that it must be. I mean, look at the words. They're saying the same thing. They're talking about the same thing. Exactly. I didn't pay any attention. They really set it up that way. Mhm. Yes. And again, I guess if it were all laid out and people could see the evolution of it, that's what this had to do with. That's my full belief, because with receipts, yeah, it was about, you know, the Nosy Hole Live videos and taking my name and making that into a narrative, confusing the public so that other people could just walk away. Mhm. Yeah. And then question um, my integrity, question, well, why are they don't even understand. Um, but people know now. People know now I'm sincere. People know now, um, even when there's mention that, yes, and I have said this, I have said it. There's no secret that I had um, direct mails, DMs between myself and Black Rabbit for over a year and a half. She reached out to me first. She did. She reached out to me on email, and she also started. Um, she what liked my videos, which people can like your video, but she reached out to me by email and she asked me about tales from the cult and if she could do anything to help me with my strikes. Tales had struck my videos. Yeah. And I was like, no. And then Tales struck her video. Remember that? Because she emailed me when it happened to say, how did I fight her strikes? Because Tales struck me, I think it was a total of 4 times. Yeah. And yeah. And she actually and I paid little attention to it. I did. But she brought information about Tales in an email. Hmm. Like she had something, you know, hmm that she mentioned, and I never talked about it. Yeah. By then, or at that time, Tails, mhm, we had our own beef. Yeah, we did. So whatever I had going on with Tails, that was from, January of 2021. That had gone on throughout the strikes, and then any other mention of Tails, of course, it would pique my interest. All right, it would. But where I drew the line was when Trees, um, you know, called her grandmother, and I told Black Rabbit, this is basically that's where I draw the line. I don't do that. I think it's wrong, and I think because I mentioned it like that, I didn't know. Um, let's see, that was in October of 2021. I had only reached out to Danielle about, because it was October, like for the first time, because I didn't know who she was. I hadn't even really followed what was going on with, all about the tea. So this would be after, all right? And I can absolutely show our conversation of, I asked Black Rabbit if she thought that Danielle would mind if I just, use that uh, for Halloween, like a little Halloween skit. Yeah. And she said, no. She said, reach out to her. She said, yeah. Because at first I wasn't even going to reach out to her. Yeah. It was like more or less, you think she would mind if I just did this? So she said, reach out to her. So, okay, I'll reach out to her. Okay. So I have that. Yeah. I didn't realize the relationship that they had all summer. I didn't even know about it. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about her interview with Miss I wasn't following that as closely. I was trying to, you know, I had started my lives. Mhm. I knew something was going on in the background, but Black Rabbit had already told me she had something she was going to be, doing. Plus, in an email, she told me that she was in an accelerated law program or something like that. Let's see. I wish I would have known she was trolling me. Yeah, she helped me, with StreamYard, and yeah, we talked all the time. When I say all the time, yeah, more than anyone else. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I got it right. Currently, I am in an accelerated law program. Yeah, so she was telling me about her schedule and some other things. Mhm. This was, yeah, this was in May of 2021, right around, yeah, things were going on with All About the Tea. Mhm. Yeah. So, another thing I heard her mention in a video, I'm talking about Black Rabbit. She said I was calling her during her pregnancy. I didn't even know she was pregnant. That's the honest to God truth. I never sent her a congratulations. I never even knew. No. Mm-mm. We weren't talking a lot after I told her about Tail's grandmother. Okay. Hmm. She makes it like I was reaching out to her and during her pregnancy. Like, what is she talking about? Show the DMs because I have them. I didn't, I- when I learned she had posted something on, I think, her backup channel or something like that. Yeah. Hmm. So I really wish she would stop lying. Yeah. Because that was a lie. She, like I said, she told a few lies. That was one. Uh, the whole Tasha K that I worked for Tasha K was, Kibi Studios. That was a lie. I didn't tell her that. Yeah. And I didn't know that she had that kind of relationship with Danielle. They were, I guess, they must be, well, yeah. She knew her before. I believe she knew her before she made her channel because she had already given the warning in the calm before the storm. Mhm. The calm before the storm that said it all. Yeah. And there's, there, I'm kind of tempted to, I don't want anything to happen to Run Tell That Too. It's like I can't even talk about it. You know what I mean? Talk about the truth. That's why we just have to come over to Station Head. But I have a lot of receipts, a lot of facts, a lot of confessions, a lot that would lay it out, that would show the party line, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's all the information that they don't want people to see because it's easy to show how people were connected and what they were doing and why. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Because no, I don't want, I'm already dealing with enough. And there's a time and a place for everything. And I've already see what happens just for 2 seconds of audio. Mhm. I've already seen what happens for me giving commentary for something that's not even written. Yeah. So, and I'm already seeing what's going on, with everyone else. Yeah. This is a subject that is a tinderbox. Mhm. It's a subject that is a tinderbox. There are people, players that I have never talked about really. I think she was asking, or no, it was Jennifer said he didn't really watch, the videos that were created with Sherelle and Perry and what was said about, Sherelle. Well, I have those videos. Yeah. So, and I don't know if Sherelle knew. Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people know, but well, yeah. Exactly. Pay attention to how people move. To how people move. But another thing, so she was talking about like Nicki Minaj and, and Jennifer Huff. And it's the whole Jennifer, I call it Jennifer Huff. And what went on there. Yeah. So, um, there was a lot going on. A lot of people, a lot of people think my role in it. I heard that. I know I have my videos, and I know how I talked about either Tells or Nosy Whole Life. I have my videos. Okay. I wasn't doxing people. The only thing that I did, and I said this, I didn't know. I put Tell's name, you know, in my video. I did. That's why she came after me. People say that she doxed me. Yes. But the information that was put out wasn't even close to what Tells, you know, she put out my name because I had put out her name. Yeah, I didn't know about it. Yeah. But I never, somebody find it. I never talked about Tells in this whole, I never criticized her being in a cult or church or whatever. I never talked about any type of waffle, anything like that. That wouldn't become of me. I'm a professional. I wouldn't even delve into something like that. Yeah. The worst thing I ever said is Pinocchio. Yeah, I did. I did because it was true. Certain things said about, yeah, me. So, yeah. So I wasn't doxing people. I wasn't. Tails, I put her name there. Yeah. And um, she was sent, I really believe that she was sent information that she would have thought came from me. And so was Nosy Whole Life. Yeah. Now I can see that. Planet in the background. Yeah. Yeah. And there's so much more I could explain, but um, yeah, that was then, and the effects of it, yeah, are still profound. Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah, a lot of misinformation, disinformation, false information, planting. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Whoever wrote that email, this Samantha, mhm, you know, the 158 pages and the emails that totaled over 50 pages. Hmm, think. This person repeated themselves over and over and over again. They talked about Martin Luther King. They talked about black women. And I'm like, for somebody to say that they were just, just kind of watching and they were just sending Nosy Whole Live, all this information. You mean all this detailed information they had gathered? I mean, put together a book, dates, clips. Who does that? Somebody in the background, well connected, has a purpose. That's what I think. Hmm. Yeah. We just don't know what people are capable of doing. And so the whole aim was to make me out to be this troll, this super troll. I'm like, what? Why? What was the motivation? Well, we have to get to, yeah, how was LinkedIn? I think I do. Yes, an agenda. Listen carefully. And yeah, I can't, say too much. Yeah, yeah. But maybe some things will come out in the future. I don't know. Wait a minute. Let me. Just respond to a quick email. It's just real quick. Thank you for your email. You've been waiting, and I should have answered you the other day. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I found out the hard way. I did. Very hard way. And was very disappointing. But that's where it is. Disappointing at that point, but now not so much because I realized that wasn't, you know, the true person came out. Yeah, I was trolling all along to get information. Yeah. And that's why um, you know, there were multiple people that, yeah, whose, let's just say, nosy whole life had their attention. Yeah. So, and there were many people. Yeah. But it's just always so interesting that, certain people got together. I don't know. Mhm. Yeah. I've been on for an hour and 11. It's 10:48. So, yeah. And I just hate that. Um, I feel like I'm walking on an eggshell right now with my channels, and I don't like that. Um, it is sad the way they target people. It is. It is. That's too much control, too much intimidation, too much dominance, too much hypocrisy. People use people's video clips. Yeah, yeah. It's the truth that they don't want getting out. Hmm. Yeah, and I'll leave it at that. As far as what I'll say here on this, we'll just have to go to station head, or and I'll feel a little bit more, yeah, when I talk about this subject. Yeah. You can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Um, hmm, wow. That's all I have to say. It it is just, it's so imbalanced. Yeah. It's like authoritarian, or, dictatorship or something. That's how I feel. Yeah, for this sector. I don't like it. I've said it. When this is over. Yeah. So we will follow everything, and I have, my plate is full. But yeah, and I will be on Unwind with Teddy soon. Yeah, I will be. God willing. God willing. This week is going by fast. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah. Check out Unwind with Teddy's community wall for any updates and changes to my schedule. Um, Thanks again to my moderators and all of you. I wish I could say more. I think I've said enough for now, and I hope you understand. Yeah, and I know that you do. That's going to be it for me for tonight. Um, Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. I'll say good night and run, tell that too.